Hey guys, what's up? This is PsyBee with my first video on Logic Pro X. Today we are going to learn about Logic Pro X and the stuff it offers. Where we have a couple of tracks, let's get rid of them first. Let's just delete them. What we are going to do is we are going to understand what this whole window basically means. So we'll start from top to bottom, from top left. So the first button is a library button. Basically it has all our sounds which are already pre-installed in Logic Pro X. So we have for voice, for instruments and stuff. Then we have our inspector window. In the inspector window on the left side, we have the chosen track, of course. Then on the right side, you can see we have the stereo out, where all our tracks are going to go and create that final sound that we are going to create. Okay, what's next? Towards the right, if we go, we have a toolbar. Basically, I usually don't use this toolbar, but it might be of your use. Then we have our help button of quick help. Of course, we don't need it. We'll remove it first of all. Then we have our mixer. So basically, these are all the channels which are there in this project. It shows up like this. We can use X to remove it, and if we want it in a different window, we can use command 2. It will show up as a different window. So here you can see currently we are on this channel where we are speaking. Then we have all these channels. These are some buses. We'll talk about them a little later. So for example, this bus has some reverb, this one has some delay, this one has another reverb, and so on and so forth. And finally, all of these go to the final channel. This is the stereo out channel. And as you can see, all these channels are named. We can change the names also. We can name it reverb. This is not reverb, this is reverb, and then delay. Okay, let's close this. All right. So what do we have next? Next we have the rewind. Go to the left locator and the editor tool over here. Basically it pops up like this, where our file will show up. We'll open it up again once we have our file. Then we have our edit functions from here. There's a whole list of it. We can show flex time, select tracks, delete and move. There's a lot of stuff that we can do from here. Then we have our functions. We can create a MIDI region. So how to create a MIDI region? Of course, MIDI region will be created on a MIDI channel. So let's create a MIDI channel first. Let's go to default patch, create. So basically, once we create a default patch, on the left side you can see in the library, you can see all the sounds that are available as from our instruments, from different instruments. The number of if we want to change our instrument, for example, we just go here in the inspector and we select it from here, from this list. And at the second last, we can see all the third party plugins, the plugins that we have purchased and installed on Logic Pro. Okay, that's about that. Then we have audio effects, where we can add the effects that our audio is going to have, or maybe our MIDI is going to have. So let's play some MIDI. Let's play some basic MIDI first, just to show you how MIDI works. I'll just play one chord and make sure you have the record button on the channel you want to record. Let's record. I'll press R. There'll be a count of 4, as we can see over here. 1 2 3 4. That means it'll count for 4 1 2 3 4 for 1 bar, and then it'll start recording, so that you are in pace with that. Then we have our click and metronome. Forward, we can move it forward from here. Alright, let's do this. Press K for metronome, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's the metronome. Let's record something. I think for one chord, something like that. Let's record this. So that's how MIDI looks basically. It was really bad. I know. It's fine. It's okay. We're not going to create something a masterpiece over here. But this is how MIDI sounds. Once you record it, you can of course change it. It'll sound differently. And what we have to do is quantize first of all, so that it is in correct time, and the whole track is in time. So we'll select our note. We'll select 1/16 of a note, and now it's quantized. As you can see, all the notes have moved now. So that's all about our MIDI. Let's delete that and talk about of the rest of the stuff. This is of course the big red button of record. Then we have play. Then this screen, basically we can customize the screen from here. I'm currently using the custom screen where I've selected what all things I need. So this is our playhead position basically. So this is in time at the above and in bars at below. Then we have other things as well. We have our tempo. Let's change our tempo to maybe 100. So now it's at 100. Then we have our time signature, our projects, basically the key of the project. We can select that. Then we have more stuff. On the right we have a loop browser. Basically there's hundreds of loops for you to select from, where first of all, let's quickly pick a drum set. Place it here, import. We imported it. Now I'll press Command R and see. So it has repeated just right after it ended. So it plays. Now we'll go to our instruments. So instead of drums, maybe we'll use piano. Let's see. We'll close our library here, and once we pull something out of the library, it directly, gets inside our 8 bar window, or maybe a 4 bar, according to the tempo. It's so the tempo of this particular one was around 152. So let's see what it sounds like at 152. What we'll do is we'll just remove the drums, maybe add some different kind of drums, maybe beats. Let's add some beats. Add it here. And what we're going to do is we'll just reduce this to 120. So when we reduce this to 120, the whole speed of that sound slows down. We'll repeat this, Command R. Now listen to this. So that's that. Then as we keep on adding more instruments, they'll keep on coming up here. For example, if we go to this plus button, we add another audio channel, create it'll show up here. And for audio channels, make sure you press R again, so it'll start recording. For I means basically input monitoring. If you're not using a sound card basically, and if you're using your headphones, you can use input monitoring, and you can basically listen to your own voice and sing accordingly. That's that. We'll delete this. Then on the further right, we have our folder. Basically from here we can access all our files inside our laptop, our desktop, or our computer. All right, let's close this up. So I think that's all about basic stuff of Logic Pro X. And yeah, I think that's it. I think most of the things that we need to know about are there's a long list. I think we'll need a different videos for each and every one of them. But let's start with just one thing on this piano before we go. So what we'll do is, so this is currently our piano, and this is our track. The track signal goes from top to bottom. So basically it'll go from here to here to here to here, and then to the stereo out. Maybe we can select it to a bus, and then it'll go to a bus, and from that bus we can send it to our stereo. So in any case, all our sounds have to be sent to the stereo out in order to be heard, and then in the final mix. So make sure we do that. All right. So what we'll do is, first of all, let's get some EQ on this. as you can see, the sound has totally changed. Now this is our graphic EQ. So basically on the left is the bassier side of our frequency, that is like 20, it starts from 20 hertz, and towards the right we have about 17,000 hertz, that's our shrill high pitched sounds. For I'll demonstrate that for you. Just hear this. We can also put a band pass filter, basically push it up or push it down accordingly. We can put a low cut or high cut filter if you do not want in those frequencies. For example, I'll just demonstrate. We'll just click it again. That'll turn it off. So that is our EQ. Then maybe we'll add some first of all we'll add some compressors. So basically what does a compressor do? Compressor basically takes the louder parts of the sound and pushes them a little bit lower and makes it closer to the lesser lower sounding parts of the audio, and basically creases out everything and makes it little uniform in terms of when it comes to the wavelength of the audio. So there are different kinds of compressions. There's sidechain compression. I'll make a video around it. Then we have parallel compression. There is again, we put a bus and then we compress certain amount of audio from that bus. Now we have our compressor. Let's go to some. So see how that has changed our whole sound thing. Then we have the send button. This is the basically our bus. Bus is basically like an actual bus where you can sit and go somewhere. And over here we can actually control how much percentage of us is going inside that bus. So how much percentage of that sound, particular sound, or the track that we are on is going on to that bus. First of all, we'll select bus. We have a small room. There's a small room. That means small room means we have reverb, and a small reverb, that is a very small reverb, not very huge in size. There's a snare chamber. We'll use this, and this is the volume basically, which basically takes care of how much the amount of audio is being sent to that particular bus. So we'll start from 0 and then we'll start playing and go up. So that's that. We have a small shorter reverb. Then we have a large hall of huge reverb. We'll start sending our signal over there and see how our sound changes. So let's play that with the drums. So yeah, that's all. And I think if we go to another MIDI channel, if we create one MIDI, and for example, let's select a mallet, we'll select marimba. So what we can do is we can create a pattern region over here, and basically what we'll do is we'll close the library. We will select our different steps. There are 16 steps over here. Then we have a major, then we have a G major. So this is a G major. We'll play something in G. And now we can right click and convert it to MIDI region. It will convert that into a MIDI region, and now it will show up like this. Or what we can do is we can press Command 4 and it will show up as a different window. And if you want, first of all, quantization is very important. Now quantization is taking all your notes on time, directly on time. So we'll take Command A, all our instruments, and we'll select how much we want to quantize them. 1/16 of a note, and let's quantize them. We can also, select the strength of quantization from over here. Then we can also quantize according to the scale. So we selected G major. So we can also select the velocity from here. So you can see the color changes. So for example, if I select this and I go up. So if I select this and I go up, sorry. If I go down, it becomes blue. If I go up, all the way up, it becomes red. That means it's going to sound very, very loud. We don't want that. And very humans, we usually don't play our sounds, just exact the same every time. So what we'll do is we'll randomly just change how much velocity we are putting onto these notes so that it sounds more natural to us. And I pressed A for that. We can change a lot of things from here also. You can change our MIDI channel. Basically, you can control a lot of stuff. You can do pitch bend. Basically, we can do MIDI pan. We can pan our MIDI from here, and then add chorus, tape delay, and more stuff like that from over here. We'll close this window now, And what we'll do is, let's play this all together and remove this marimba. Let's mute this first. If we want to add, there's a compressor here on this channel, and we want these to pump a little bit, so we'll remove the bigger reverb from here a little bit, and we'll add some saturation. I'll add some saturation over here. We'll use probably supercharger for this stereo. Supercharger is a paid plugin. Again, it does not come with the Logic Pro. I bought it. I think it's free if I'm not wrong. If I don't remember clearly, it has a lot of presets. So we are at drums. So let's select drum bass. So it'll compress accordingly. So that's about that. So I think we've covered almost everything. Yeah, we haven't covered these buttons. Again, this is our this feature came in Logic 10.6. We're going to talk about this later. These are called live loops, where we can save live audios and use them later on. We'll have a whole new video around this. Let's remove it first. Then we have our automation. We can directly press A to see if there is any automations. For example, there is volume. So if I select volume and then I directly use for example, yeah, one thing is left. The read thing is left. So from read, if we go to say latch and play the audio, and for example, like towards the end of not this one, we'll put it on read. Where's the rock piano? Yeah, here's the piano. So towards the end of the piano, what we'll do is we'll add the huge reverb so that it gets recorded. So basically we use this feature to record automations. Let's use latch, then we basically play. So that's how that works. Now we'll do one more thing. What we'll do is we'll add a delay, and we'll make sure how much delay goes out, and let's play it again. So that's that. Then we'll go back to read, and let's listen to, let's press A, go back to the normal view and listen to this. So guys, I think that is all for today, and we have understood the basics of Logic Pro X, and the next video we're going to talk about something else. maybe some plugins, maybe some kind of effects. The choice is yours. If you want me to create something differently, down in the comments, just write it down and I'll create it for you. Don't worry, I'm here just for you. Till that time, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that whenever we upload our next video, you get the notification. So, till then, see you. This is PsyBee signing out.
Ball that fist in the air to the flashlight. Yeah. Hands up in the air till they gun me down. I keep it on it, they crunching the numbers.